Daily 8 English podcast.
From Daily8English.
Hey, fellow English learners. It's good to see you all. Welcome back to Daily 8 English, where 8 minutes a day builds the fluency of a lifetime. I'm Tom.
And I'm Olivia. Let's get started.
Today we're talking about something almost every English learner has felt. You start a conversation, everything is fine for 10 seconds, and then suddenly, silence.
That tiny, silent gap can feel much bigger than it really is. Your brain starts shouting, "Say something intelligent, quickly!"
And then the only thing you can think of is, weather. Which is not illegal, but it does not always save the moment.
The good news is that keeping a conversation going is not about having perfect English. It is about using small, natural moves that keep the other person comfortable.
Exactly. Today we will give you 4 practical techniques you can use in real life. Follow-up questions, echo and add, bridge phrases, and graceful recovery when silence happens.
And later, we will give you a short word tour with useful B2 and C1 vocabulary for this exact situation.
Let's start with the first big idea. Conversations do not need dramatic topics. They need momentum.
Think of a conversation like passing a ball. If someone says, "I had a busy weekend," and you only say, "Oh, nice," the ball drops.
But if you say, "Oh, nice, what kept you busy?" you pass the ball back.
And that is technique number 1. Ask a simple follow-up question.
Follow-up questions are powerful because they show interest without forcing you to invent a new topic.
You are simply building from what the other person already gave you.
For example, if someone says, "I just started a new job," do not panic and search your brain for a big business question.
You can ask, "How is it going so far?" Or, "What has been the biggest change?"
If someone says, "I watched a film last night," you can ask, "Was it good?" Then, "What did you like about it?"
If someone says, "I'm learning Spanish," you can ask, "What made you choose Spanish?"
Notice the pattern. Start with what, how, why, or which. These words naturally open the door.
But be careful. Do not turn the conversation into an interview.
Yes. If you ask 7 questions in a row, the other person may feel like they accidentally joined a police documentary.
A better rhythm is question, reaction, question. Ask something, respond to the answer, then ask one more thing if it feels natural.
So if they say, "I started a new job," you ask, "How is it going so far?"
They say, "It's good, but the first week was intense."
You react, "I can imagine. First weeks can be a lot."
Then you ask, "Was it more about learning the systems or meeting new people?"
That small rhythm keeps things moving. It sounds natural, and it gives you time to think.
Technique number 2 is echo and add.
This one is simple. You repeat one important word or idea from the other person's sentence, then add your own small comment.
For example, someone says, "The commute has been exhausting."
You say, "Exhausting, yeah, long commutes can really drain your energy."
You echoed exhausting and added a natural reaction.
Or someone says, "The conference was surprisingly useful."
You say, "Surprisingly useful, that's always nice. What made it better than expected?"
Echoing buys you a second to think, but it also shows that you are listening.
It is much better than staring at the person while your internal system restarts.
We've all been there.
The key is to echo only a small part. Do not repeat the whole sentence like a robot.
If they say, "I finally finished that online course I told you about," do not say, "You finally finished that online course you told me about."
That sounds like you are reading subtitles back to them.
Instead say, "Finally finished it? Nice. Was it worth the time?"
Much more natural.
Technique number 3. Use bridge phrases.
Bridge phrases are short expressions that help you move from one idea to another without sounding random.
They are useful when the current topic is ending, but you do not want the conversation to die.
Here are a few strong ones. That reminds me. Speaking of that, on a similar note, by the way, and that connects to something I was thinking about.
One extra tip. Choose a bridge that matches the mood. If the conversation is casual, by the way feels easy and light.
If the conversation is professional, on a similar note, or that connects to something I was thinking about, sounds smoother.
This matters because the phrase is not just grammar. It is social timing.
A good bridge tells the other person, I am not escaping the topic, I am extending it.
Let's hear them in real conversation.
Someone says, I have been trying to wake up earlier.
You say, speaking of routines, have you found anything that helps you stay consistent?
Or someone says, I was in Singapore last month.
You say, that reminds me, I have been hearing a lot about Singapore's food scene. Did you try anything memorable?
Bridge phrases help because they make topic changes feel connected.
Without a bridge, changing topics can sound sudden.
Like, I had a busy weekend. Do you like turtles? That is a conversation jump, not a bridge.
A bold jump, but risky.
With a bridge, you are guiding the listener. You are saying, I heard you, and this next idea connects.
Technique number 4 is the one people need most. Recover gracefully when silence happens.
Because silence is normal. Even native speakers have pauses. Even confident people need a second.
The problem is not the silence. The problem is when you panic and make the silence feel heavier.
So you need recovery phrases. They are like small emergency tools.
Try these. Let me think for a second. That's a good question. I haven't thought about it that way. How should I put this? Actually, that reminds me of something.
These phrases do two things. They give you time and they sound natural.
And here is the important part. A pause with a calm phrase feels confident. A pause with panic feels uncomfortable.
So do not rush to fill every second. Slow down, breathe, and give yourself permission to form a simple answer.
For example, if someone asks, "What do you think about remote work?" and your brain goes completely blank, you can say, "That's a good question. Let me think for a second."
Then you give a simple answer. I think it depends on the person. Some people need flexibility, but others miss the energy of the office.
You do not need a perfect essay. You just need a clear, honest response.
Another useful recovery move is naming the situation lightly.
For example, "I'm trying to find the right word," or "My brain is loading for a second."
That one works if your tone is friendly. It makes the moment human.
Human, not tragic.
But do not apologize too much. Many learners say, sorry, my English is bad, even when their English is perfectly understandable.
That can pull the conversation away from the actual topic and make both people focus on your mistakes.
Instead, use a repair phrase. What I mean is, let me say that another way. The word I'm looking for is, or, I mean in a practical sense.
These sound confident because they show you are managing the conversation.
Now let's put all 4 techniques together in a short example.
Olivia, tell me something casual.
I went to a small networking event last week. It was useful but a bit awkward at first.
Awkward at first? I know that feeling. What made it awkward?
Everyone seemed to already know each other, so it was hard to join a group.
That can be uncomfortable. Speaking of joining groups, did you find a way to start talking to people?
Yes, I asked one person how they knew the host, and that opened the conversation.
That's a smart move. Actually, that reminds me of a good question for listeners. When you enter a room where people are already talking, what is your go-to opening line?
See what happened there? Tom used echo and add, a follow-up question, and a bridge phrase.
And no heroic vocabulary was required.
That is the point. Good conversation is often made of small, simple moves done at the right time.
Now let's do the word tour.
Word 1, awkward. It means uncomfortable in a social situation, especially when you do not know what to say or do.
Example. There was an awkward silence after the meeting. Question.
Word 2. Momentum. In conversation, momentum means the feeling that the talk is moving forward naturally.
Example. A good follow-up question keeps the conversation momentum going.
Word 3. Genuinely. This means honestly, truly, or with real interest.
Example. Ask follow-up questions because you are genuinely curious, not because you are following a script.
Word 4. Elaborate. This means to explain something in more detail.
Example. Could you elaborate on what made the event useful?
Word 5. Relatable. Something relatable is easy to understand because people have experienced something similar.
Example. Feeling nervous in small talk is very relatable. Cont.
Word 6. Smoothly. This means without difficulty, without sudden stops, or in a natural way.
Example. Bridge phrases help you move smoothly from one topic to another.
Now your listener challenge.
Today, choose one conversation and use this 3-step pattern. Echo one word, add a short reaction, then ask one follow-up question.
For example, busy week? I get that. What has taken most of your time?
Keep it simple. Do not aim for perfect. Aim for natural.
And after the conversation, ask yourself, did I keep the ball moving?
So here's your reflection question. What is one moment when you usually freeze in conversation? And which recovery phrase could help you next time? Just sit with that for a moment.
Because that honest reflection, that's where real growth lives.
If today's episode helped you, hit subscribe. New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm Tom.
I'm Olivia. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you next time.